Live.
Yay! And you know what? For a long time, this is something that I'm so happy to say tonight. Hello, everybody. Hello, Lorraine, and welcome. Welcome to the Uplifters. This is, wow, such a joy and such an honor to have you as a guest, as opening guest for the second season of the Uplifters. For those of you who don't know what Uplifters is a series of videos dedicated to all those wonderful, gorgeous people who would like to be inspired, who would like to be empowered, who would like to have access to more of who they are. And I have the privilege and the honor of inviting people from everywhere in the world. How about that? Because Lorraine right now is in Canada, right, Lorraine?
Yeah.
To share their way of bringing more consciousness into the world. And well, today is a special edition because Lorraine and I have connected around 1 year back. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Selena, and I guess it's pretty much okay for tonight. Maybe I'll give you some more details afterwards. It's not about me tonight, it's all about Lorraine and living with joy. So, Lorraine, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you, Selena. We're co-creating. Yay!
It's like, can you imagine? It's 1 year. We met 1 year, and we didn't communicate too much 1 year back.
No.
But we both started a new adventure, a channeling adventure, and this is what this episode is about. It's about living with joy and the gift of channeling. So for those of you who have never heard about channeling, I'm sure that Lorraine is going to share her perspective on channeling, and I would like to just give a huge shout out to Sarah Landon, who reunited us and kind of gave us the taste of what it is to channel. And what brought us together is that we've been buddies, channeling buddies for a while. And Lorraine has always inspired me to look at the higher perspective, no matter what was happening in my world. So I find her particularly uplifting and, how should I say, soothing in moments when kindness might not be the first you know, first thing you would reach out. So, Lorraine, welcome. Who are you and what is channeling for you?
Thank you, Selena. So first I want to say I love the name of your show, Uplifters. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
It is
Beautiful name.
inspired. It is
Mm-hmm.
inspired by Sarah Landon's channeled message about the 11 roles of the soul. So when I heard Uplifters, I said, "This is it. This is it. This is it." So yeah,
Yeah, I love that. And also I love that you said thank you to Sarah for reuniting us, because reuniting, and I know what you mean by that, is our souls who have had many journeys together before, but in this physical life we hadn't experienced each other until we were reunited in this time, at this time in this physical life. And that's really something to wrap your mind around. And there are many, many, many of us coming together now in this time to raise the vibration of the planet and co-create and play together and uplift our own lives. So
yeah, that
yeah.
uplifting our own lives. You know, I thought that everybody was familiar with channeling, and for me, it was like, but it's always been there. It's just nobody talked about it. So, what is channeling for you, Lorraine?
Yeah. So I want to just say that channeling, first of all, was not something that I was drawn to immediately. And I hadn't heard of it up until maybe 2 years ago. Didn't really know what it was at all, and heard about it and thought, that's a little out there for me. And I had resistance to it and didn't have an interest, but was okay. It's out there and that's fine. And then it was introduced, it came into my life through Mike Dooley and Sarah Landon's free webinar that they did. I think it was a webinar. And I was hooked. I was hooked. Sarah was channeling the council, and Mike was masterfully asking her questions. And I felt like I was home, which many people say. I had, it was like a light was shone on my life, and I could see it from a different perspective, a clearer perspective. I'd always lived a life of looking at the positive side of things and trying to live in peace as much as possible, and not always managing it. And this was just a completely different perspective, and I fell in love with it. And what Sarah said was that, one, if you're drawn to channeling, you're a channel yourself, and I believe we all channel in one way or another. And she said that we can all channel. And I was really excited about that. And so they offered a course, and you took it, and I took it, and many of us took it. And so channeling to me is about bringing the highest perspective of me through into my physical life here on earth. So I really believe that our soul is supporting us on this journey, and our whole soul is seeing the highest perspective, the full view of our life, and that we can bring that perspective in to our life by connecting to our soul and our highest consciousness. And we do that by going into the quiet moments, becoming very still, and just listening to the thoughts that come through, and trusting that those thoughts are actually, that they really mean something, that they're not just our brain making stuff up.
You touched on a few things there. You make it sound like it's so easy. Is it easy to channel?
It was easy for me when I started, but I would say that my channels when I first started, because we started with automatic writing, were very simple, and it took a lot to trust, which was what we were being told. Trust, right? Trust, and it took a bit to trust that. And we did that course for 4 weeks, and we were automatic writing for every day. And after about 3 weeks, I was like, okay, soul, I want some actual wisdom here, because no more just telling me how much you love me. So it was easy, but it was for me, but it was also, it took a while before I really felt the messages were very meaningful. And it was wonderful to be told I was loved all the time and I was important, but I was like, wisdom now, it's wisdom time.
We want some practicalities here. We want to be pragmatic. But this is, to me, it's like, how many times are we willing to gift ourselves the kindness and the love that comes with these messages? Because sometimes I remember, so we had some body experiences together. I was like doing it and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like, Lorraine, would you like to be my body? I had a body. I totally appreciate it. I'm so grateful for the previous body, but somehow we didn't find the time, and it was still itching. And I said, Lorraine, would you please do it with me? And Lorraine said, yeah, sure. And I was like, what if I'm saying stuff? But then I listened to your channel, and it was not only the words, because the words, what are the words that are, that you're using? But it was the energy that came with these words. And I was like, I'm going to cry, because you strike a chord. You touch that, that tiny little piece of heart that says you would like to know that you're loved. And this is something that, oh my God, I totally enjoyed it in your messages. But I would like to ask you something. So, people say, oh, channeling, this is very significant. How do you translate it in your everyday life? I mean, what is it for you? When you wake up in the morning, what are you doing? I'm like, channeling, or how is it for you?
So, channeling in my life is very practical in that it honestly has brought more joy. A year ago, I couldn't have said that I live in joy. I couldn't have. And when I began to live in joy, it was in the small increments. And as the weeks and months went on, the increments grew. For me, it was channeling often in the early morning. I would wake up and I would, if I was feeling a little bit dark, I would start to automatic write. And there's just love and peace. And I love what you said. It's not just the words, it's a vibration, it's an energy that comes through. And it's, for me, it's the most peace, the most calm, and the most love that I've ever felt. I was never able to reach that in meditation. But as soon as I go into channel, there is this peace and calm, this centeredness that is so beautiful. And I use it in my life every day. I often wake up in the morning and messages are coming through, channeled messages are coming through. Sometimes I write them down, and sometimes I just listen. And I have conversations with my soul, my higher consciousness, and it puts me in a state of peace and calm, and removes fear, which is what takes
Wow.
the joy out of our life. You know, that fear of not having enough, that fear of not being loved, that fear of, there's so many things, right? But it just removes that and allows me to go on with my day and really enjoy, yeah, enjoy the people in my life and the things that I do.
I started, following your Facebook group. Let me just show people how, how skilled I am with this. It's the first time I'm doing it, but let's do it. Okay. Oh, wait. Not this, but this. We wanted to show you this because in case you would like to have more of what Lorraine is saying and where you can actually find these messages, you can go on her Facebook page in her group and just follow her over there. But I would like you to tell us an anecdote because when a weekend ago, it was a weekend ago or 2 weeks ago, you went to the seaside and there was this beautiful story that you shared about the fortune cookies. Can you say something about that?
I have so many anecdotes I could share. I could talk your ear off for hours. But the one about the fortune cookie, and we had a lot of experiences actually on that holiday that I was using channeling. I was using that living in joy, and it was quite beautiful. So the fortune cookie was, we had gone to the Oregon coast, which is in the US, and it's very, very beautiful. There are many beaches, and our goal was to go to a beach every day. So we were going to beaches. We had probably been on the trip for 5 days, and we'd probably been to 4 beaches. And we got takeout, Chinese food takeout. And after dinner, I broke open my fortune cookie, and it said, "An enjoyable vacation is awaiting you on the beach." I was like, well, wow. That, is it because we're on the Oregon coast? Do all the cookies say that? And no, they didn't. My husband's and my daughter's cookies both said something different. So that was a really fun synchronicity. Yeah, energy that came through.
I love it because for me this is not a coincidence. So we can call it synchronicity, but somehow for me it's like the universe was already acknowledging, hey, you wanted a holiday on the beach. Here it is. Here it is. It's even written black on white. This is my joke on it, that I found it so relevant because how many of these messages that we are getting, we are getting them in a channeled way. We go in that state of relaxation and then something hits us or just dawns on us, or sometimes it can be like a bird singing and all of a sudden you become aware of that bird, and that bird brings you to something else, and then at the end of the day you sit down and you say, huh, this was not that random, or you start creating something, or you just want to write something down, I don't know, call somebody. I mean, these channeled messages can come in a very structured form if you want, because you're also verbally channeling. It's not about only writing messages, but you're also doing verbal channeling. And this is a totally different skill. So how was it for you to have your voice come out with those energies of love and kindness and joy and abundance and excitement and expansion and however you call them? How was it for you to hear your voice?
So, and I love that you asked me if it was easy, because I think it's really important for people to know that it is something that you build, and so it is something that everybody who desires to do it, who it would bring joy in their life to do it, can do. When I started to verbal channel, it was early on, maybe a month or two, probably 2 months after automatic writing, and it was so bad that I just deleted the recording. It was about 2 minutes long, and it was just no. And so I tried again, and I tried again because we had a beautiful motivational mentor in Sarah. And the next one was probably 5 minutes long, and maybe that was two or three after. I probably deleted the first two or three. And that 5 minute one, I thought, I don't like the sound of my voice. Oh, I don't like it at all. And then it came through, a message came through to me, just a thought that came through, and it was, your voice is soft and beautiful. And I thought, oh, that is so lovely. And so the next few times that I had channeled verbally, I would record it on my phone. My voice was soft and beautiful. And it was, and then from then on, people would say if they heard me, it's very peaceful, it's very calming, and it was very peaceful, which is perfect because that's what the channel is. That's the energy that comes through. And something else that I really loved that came through, and one of them in the beginning was there were long pauses. And I thought, oh, that's not good. I have to keep it moving. And when I listened back, though, the long pauses had such power in them. They had a space for the vibration to come through, for the energy to come through, for you really able to soak it in. And I love that too. And so everybody's channel is different. And our highest consciousness, our highest being, and the universe is supporting us in this, and is there to support each one of us, however that channel comes through. For some, it comes with very rapid fire. Some it's very comedic. Some it's very quiet and calm. And yeah, it's amazing. And each one of us channeling is unique and bringing that through for people who are looking for that specific energy. So that is amazing, and I love that.
Well, I'm one of those who says your voice is absolutely delicious and soothing and calming and relaxing. And there's also how should I say, an not an accent, but a wave of trust. It's, you know, that these are not made up. You somehow, you know, it's like it's something that you feel inside yourself. I feel it. It's like when you start channeling, I start crying most of the times, or I stop breathing for a second and then, okay, I can breathe again. And this is the beauty of it. How many of us do not stop for a second to, to just breathe it in and know that we are loved. We are loved. So there's one more question. How does your family, how does your entourage receive this? Because I mean, this is something different. This is like not being a manager in a company. It's like channeling, like bringing messages of hope, of love, of light. How do they receive it? How do they relate to it?
They take it very matter of factly, which is amazing and wonderful. Again, I have lived in this sort of belief and understanding that there's more to life than what we see from my whole life. So they all really knew that about me already. This is just taking it to another level, another step. I'm really coming out of, the spiritual closet, which many people are doing in this moment, in this time. But I never really felt I was quite in it, but it's just really, here I am. It's a little different. How it translate in my life is quite amazing. And again, a year, right? What has occurred in a year? I had a conversation with my daughters on the weekend about abundance, and the conversation that we had was a 180-degree turn from what we would have had a year ago.
Wow.
They were both, one of them was completely understood that, having a large sum of money in the bank was, and not using it and being, concerned about whether that grows or doesn't grow is doing nothing for her. It's not bringing her joy. And so to spend it and buy a vehicle in this case was much more joyful. And she had no fear of losing that money. And the other one was telling me how much she was loving living in the flow of money and knowing that money was always coming into her life, and that even though it ebbs and flows, she knew that there would always be more. And I was just, wow, this is not a conversation we would have had a year ago. And I see it in my own energy with my husband, being centered when we are maybe not on the same page, and just seeing how if I am not interfering in his energy, and I can stay centered in my own, it brings a lot more peace in our relationship than we have had in the past.
I
So
just love this. I mean, how do you put all these changes in words? But I guess you just did a marvelous job at rendering the hugeness of the transformations that channeling can bring, and the peace of mind that it brings, not only in us channeling, but also in the people around us, and yes, for the people for who we are channeling. And I know I asked you something. Are you still okay with that? I asked Lorraine if she were willing to do a short channeling for us on the theme that she would like. So, Lorraine, are you still up to it?
yeah, I am.
Cool.
Totally.
I suggest that I would like to share with people the short video that you made for you to give you the time to prepare yourself, like 1 minute or so, and then you make me a sign when you're ready. I'm going to disappear and the stage is yours. Just give me 1 second. And let's see. Oh. May I read it, please?
This one? Yeah.
Yes. Love your body. You could spend years of your life wanting to change or fix your body, but it's really just perception. You could look at yourself one day from a completely different perspective and love the exact same body that you have always had, and you will understand that it was never your body that needed to change. It was the way you thought about it. So love and appreciate it for all that it does for you in every minute of every day. Your body is already perfect, and this is making me wow.
Mm.
Lorraine, on this, I would like to open the channel for you. I'm just looking for how I can remove. Okay, I will remove myself, and for all of you, take a deep breath and oh my god, I'm so, so, so thrilled to listen to this channel. I'm out.
So, I'm just going to close my eyes, take a few breaths, and it'll be a moment, and I'll bring in whatever message comes through for everybody. Welcome, dear friends, dear masters. We say masters because you are masters of your own lives. You are master creators. You create a life of joy and peace and harmony. And of course, you choose how much drama you want to bring into that, how much play, how much magic, and how much fun. You are the creator and you choose. We want you to take a moment, take a breath, take a deep breath. We want you to notice the stillness around you. And we want you to be aware that you can bring as much remembering into your life as you want to experience. And by remembering, we mean knowing the truth of who you are, knowing that you are pure love, at your very center. You are an energy of pure love. When you take a breath and another and another, in whatever feels comfortable for you, we want you to envision your heart. See yourself standing in front of it. There's a door in your heart. The door is beautiful. It could be any material, wooden, glass. See it. When you are ready, open the door. And in comes the most beautiful light. It is crystal clear. It sparkles. It is the love that you are. It is the light that you are. It is the joy and the peace, the harmony, the magic, the creativity, the abundance that you are. This is your soul. This is your soul coming through, because your heart is the portal. It is where the energy flows from your highest consciousness through you and flows from you, shines from you through your physical body into the world that you inhabit. This is how you be more of you. And again, we remind you, you choose how much you want to let through. Some of you have come to this earth to play in all kinds of energies. And by energies, we mean there are dense energies that feel very heavy. And they are slow to move through, slow to bring the things that you desire into your experience. They come, but they move slow. And there are lighter energies, and you can choose to play in those lighter energies. The dense energies are the energies of anger, frustration, and sometimes difficulty, sadness. And the lighter energies are joy, fun, play, love, peace. And there is no judgment. It is truly all perfect, because you've come to play in all of the energies, and you get to choose what your life experience will be. You can choose to play in the light energies, where things move into your experience in a very quick fashion. When you are wanting to bring your soul's desire into your life, feel into the joy. What is it that brings you joy in this moment? What could you do in this moment to feel joy? Is it a simple cup of coffee? Is it a walk on a beach? Is it hugging a tree? Is it playing with your dog? What is it that brings you joy? And as you follow joy through your life, the things that you know you want to experience and that your soul knows you want to experience in this lifetime will move into your life. The more joy that you experience, the more joy that you play with, the quicker those experiences happen. And that is not to say that the drama of the denser energies is not fun for some. Some love it. Some have so much fun playing in those dense energies. And it's like a novel. Novels have both drama and love, and some have peace. And you can play in them all. And you get to create that. You get to choose what that novel looks like. So we want to really remind you again that you create this life for you. We want you to know that at any moment you can step into more of your soul, more of your higher consciousness, remembering more of who you are, the love that you are. Just breathe. Be in the stillness and open the door to your heart. Let more of you flow into you. and through you. And at any moment, if you want to connect with your soul, with your guides, with your angels, whatever you want to call it, with the universe, with God, ask and answers will come. Ask, what does my highest self want me to know? What does my soul want me to know? And then listen and trust that whatever it is that comes through is meant for you and is perfect. We want you to know how very loved you are, how very important you are. There are many of you on the planet, and each one of you chose to be here, wanted to be here at this time, came to play here and adventure here. We want you to know that we are always with you, that you are never alone, always supported, and always just a breath away. All of the information, all of the questions that you have are within you, the answers. They are here for you. They are not withheld. When you are ready, ask, and it will be answered. We are here to share with you whatever it is that you want or need to know, and watch for the answers in the signs. Can be as simple as a feather on the ground, can be as simple as a butterfly flitting in the air, can be the lyrics of a song, or the basis of a movie, or even some words that are spoken in a movie, can come in the words spoken by loved ones or friends, can be written in the clouds. Watch. The world is rich with answers for you. And so we remind you, you are never alone. We are always with you. We love you so very much. And with that, we are complete.
Thank you. I have a message for you.
Oh,
Thank you so much for this beautiful message.
thank
I
you for the
know,
opportunity.
I know I required it today, and I'm blessed and honored to have you speak it tonight. I would like to thank you for having agreed to this invitation, to have said it out loud and come out of the spiritual closet, you say?
I've heard
And
it called.
and I so much hope that this is inspiring so many others. If they are tickled or touched by channeled messages, if they are attracted to connecting to their higher self, to their guides, to call them however you want, this is our invitation, Lorraine's, mine, and there are a lot of other people who are open about channeling and bringing messages into the world with so much kindness. For those of you who would like to be reminded where you can find Lorraine, here we go. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram, private group, And I'm sure that if you would like to have more from her, are you available for private messages on Facebook, maybe?
Yeah. And I'm doing private sessions as well. From my website, you can book a private session from peacefulmessages.com. And I would love to have messages from, private messages on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to connect. And I
So,
just want to say something, Selena. I just want everyone to know what a beautiful channel you are as well. Your channel is sparkling and magical. All of the beautiful words that you use. You have a very profound. The first time you channeled for me, I was in awe.
thank you so much. It's not about me.
I know.
Thank you so much. And Lorraine, if we were to leave people with one word about living in joy with the gift of channeling, what would that be?
Love.
I think my face goes round, my smile goes round the face. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Thank you, everybody who's watched tonight, who's going to watch in the future. And I know that these energies are not just, like waving off, or they will be present every time that you're going to listen to this channel. And yes, I'm one of the lucky ones. For those of you who would like to be more inspired, I'm inviting you to leave us a comment, leave us a feedback. If you know somebody who you would like to see and as a guest in this kind of uplifters video series, I'm inviting you to let me know. And until next time, I'm so happy and thrilled. And wow, thank you.